A good leader should always what? How you finish that sentence could reveal a lot about your leadership style. We're always changing and improving the way in which we help others. And the longer we lead, the more likely we'll change the way we choose to complete the sentence above. Mr. the Toastmaster, fellow members and guests, dear leaders community, I'm sure that while we pronounce leadership, leaders, we think about celebrities, politicians, CEOs, but we forgot that we can find leaders in our families, between our friends, in our environment. Leadership is about impacts. Leadership that impacts is about having a vision, about anticipating the change that can come. It's about communication. It's about communicating with simplicity, clarity, purpose, and impact. Leadership that impacts is also about decisive decision making. A leader is fully aware that all decisions have consequences. Leadership that impacts is about earning respect, commitment, and loyalty from members, group, or followers. Leadership that impacts is about managing power and visibility. It's about listening. A leader is one who can listen with sympathy and empathy to people around him. He's the one who can listen to what is not being said. Leadership impact is about calmness and is about knowing one's strengths. Sure, there are blind spots for everyone, but the one who leads should keep polishing his best strengths and measure on it. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of leadership theories and leadership styles. There are democratic, authoritarian, bureaucratic, and I think that leaders can carry a mix of the above leadership styles depending on the situation and obstacles they face. About myself, there's one person who has inspired me as much as I federate to situational leadership. I was always amazed by this person. How she could tell when it was going to rain before the weather forecasters. How she knew to account without studying, and how she understood people before they were personality. Her greatest trait was her ability to make great decisions in difficult times. I'm talking about my grandma. I lost my grandma a little over 4 months ago. She lived a long and fruitful life. As I reminisce about her, I realized that in her own subtle way, she taught me some important leadership lessons. While it may not have been her intent, but her actions in those situations left a lasting impression. Lesson number one, whatever challenges comes in your life, don't run away from them. Face them and address them. There will be always a solution to deal with the challenge and overcome it. We just have to look at the challenge, analyze it, and work on feasible solution that can be executed. Lesson number two of leadership due to my grandma, when you start something new in life, I don't know, a new role, new job, new skill, new team, or new project, you will face fear. You may feel afraid of the change and be worried about what comes up next. The key is to overcome the fear. Fear is always the mind, and you have to learn to block it out mentally and do the job at hand. The leadership lesson number three that she taught me is when trying to solve a problem, whether with yourself or with your team, the most important task is to ask the right question. It analyzes the viewpoint and addresses the core issue. At times, it can be an emotional response that helps you to solve the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, there were some of the leadership lessons that Lala left me, knowingly or unknowingly. Insight, flexibility, coaching, trust, are some of the characteristics of situational leadership. And never forget, everything rises and falls on leadership. That is one of John Maxwell's famous quotes, who also said leadership is influence, nothing less and nothing more. Mr. Toastmaster, up to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster. I mean,